had the chance to work under 3 presidents, and I will tell you that one of the things that drives me nuts is when I hear somebody say in the past, I hate President Bush. You know what? You don't know President Bush. Or today, I hate President Obama. Well, you know what? You don't know President Obama. You cannot like a position or a policy that they've taken. But I can tell you, because I've had the chance to sit with them, that all 3 of them believed when they woke up in the morning they were making decisions that they thought were best for the country. And you can think that they're going in a direction that you don't appreciate, but hate doesn't belong in the vocabulary of politics. I don't go anywhere that somebody doesn't say to me, thank you for the people that work with you, because they laugh with us, they cry with us, they care. And they're all about problem solving, and we don't have a litmus test. We don't ask you, oh, you have a problem? Are you a Republican or a Democrat? If you have a problem, and you live in the district, and they fix it. These people, we often joke that 32 years is a long time to work with somebody. And I often say, either this must be a pretty nice job, or you can't find another job. I don't know which one it is, but I do know which one it is. These are people that are my friends, and they'll be my friends long after this is done.
People may wonder why you don't stay in Washington and try to improve the political environment. What would your response be, sir?
I think the final straw for that was the Simpson Bowls, when we were working together, and I think it's a good product. When we had the vote during the budget discussion, we got 38 votes. And so my observation, and listen, I'm not in the business of criticizing my colleagues. I think everybody that's there in the Congress wants to do the right thing. However, it's been my experience that compromise, cooperation, getting something done is not rewarded. And the group of people that are interested in that type of result, the circle's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. So, I've never been a quitter, but you also, you reach the conclusion that even if you gave it your best, which I attempt to do every day, there's only so many times you can run your head into a cement wall and understand that maybe it's time for somebody else to give it a shot.
Steve, when the timing now? Maybe a couple weeks ago or a couple weeks from now?
Well, there's no magic to today's date other than I'm off and I happen to be in Ohio. But there are windows, and if you check with the Secretary of State's office, we're now in a window when I can withdraw and my replacement on the Republican side can be accomplished in an orderly fashion. There's not going to be some big expensive primary, which I would not like. And if not this window, then the next opportunity is 2.5 years from now. And because if I made the decision to not trigger this at this moment in time, run for re-election, if the voters are kind enough to return me for a 10th term, I don't think it's right that you up and quit when you know you're not thinking you want to stay, and force a special election upon the folks. I think that for me this is the cleanest way, in that there'll be an election. The person that gets elected will serve for 2 years, and so that's why now. This is a window. I didn't create the window. The legislature created the window in the Ohio Revised Code, and I've decided to jump out the window.
How much persuasion or pressure or discussion was there with Mr. Boehner or others attempting to dissuade you and saying, Steve, think about it, this is a big mistake, you're a good team player, you're an important, vital cog, and what's happening up here?
Well, I will tell you that after the media was kind enough to make this announcement not necessary, my phone rang off the hook last night, and it was a variety of people, but most of them, including the Speaker of the House, most of my colleagues in Ohio, including the Democrats, called and suggested that this was a mistake. They wish I would reconsider. They wish I would stay. But at the end of every call, because we're in the same business, they said, but we understand. And they do understand. So I'm sure if you strap them down, they're all experiencing the same set of emotions that I've tried to inartfully convey this morning. Listen, I'm going to miss it. I haven't had any other job for 18 years other than this job, so I will, in January of next year, be out of work, which I haven't been out of work since I was 16 years of age. So that's going to be a new experience for me. I'm confident I can find a job, but I think if you polled the members, some people are delighted, and that goes for my constituents too. Some, I'm sure, are pretty happy today, but others are not, and that's the same way in the House. And it's been heartwarming for people, for me at least, to get the messages and the phone calls that I've gotten. It makes you feel good on a very tough day. That I was horribly disappointed by the way that the transportation reauthorization went. I mean, these are historically 6-year bills. They historically get 400 plus votes because we're talking about building roads and bridges, for Christ's sake. I mean, we're not talking about big Democratic and Republican initiatives. And the fact that we could not get that done and the Senate couldn't get it done and then the Senate finally does on a 2-year bill, I think was an embarrassment to the House of Representatives. But more than being an embarrassment to the House of Representatives, it was indicative of the fact that people are more interested in fighting with each other than they are in getting the no-brainers done and governed. So if the Speaker had come to me and said, "Here, this is your job on a silver platter," no, I don't have any different feeling, because the thing that you'll notice is that the extremes of both parties, the chairman that we have today are not the chairman that we had when I got there in 1995. They're not the old bulls who do what they want to try and get something done. They are, I had one fellow who is interested in running for the T&I chair say that, the expectation is if you want to go up in the ranks of either party, you got to give them your wallet and your voting card. And the overwhelming criticism of me over the years is that sometimes I vote funny, according to my party. And I'm not interested in giving them my wallet or my voting card.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.